This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. Long time got them long logy, now you got them bungalow. Long time got them long logy, now you got them bungalow. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. Long time got them dirty dam, now you got them concrete road. Long time got them dirty dam, now you got them concrete road. Long time got them dirty dam, now you got them concrete road. Long time got them dirty dam, now you got them concrete road. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. This ain't a long time, this ain't a long time, this not a before time. Long time got them jug long.
Pleasant good evening, viewers, brothers and sisters in Guyana, diaspora, Caribbean, around the world, wherever you are. Pleasant good night to you. Pleasant good night to you, Mr. Derek Basdale, and
Good night, MP.
welcome to 107.1 family. Firstly, I must say that I need to apologize to the viewing population for not being on here for the last 2 weeks. This was because of some technical difficulty on my end, and I am so sorry not to, keep up the momentum for the past 2 weeks. But nevertheless, God is good. We are here now, and we will continue from this week to take it forward as to what really is happening in Region 6, in Berbice, in Guyana, as it relates to politics and the poor people. I must say, Mr. Basdeo, that I am very much saddened to see what is happening in this beautiful country of ours. For the past 2 years, I would say, um, a month short 2 year, we have been traveling this country, and east, west, north, south, everywhere, people are crying out as to the deplorable living condition, the state of depression, sadness, poverty, loss of job, all the bad things happening in this country. So tonight will be a good night, and we know that the viewers will be happy to have the two of us. Those of us who are viewing, you can share the link, you can tag someone, you can message someone, so that we will be able to cover as many individuals as we can. The important information here is to get all these bits and pieces of information out there so that the people will understand what really is happening and what we need to do to help the situation in Guyana. So, opening remarks for you, Mr. Derry Basdeo.
Hi, good night, Mr. MP.
Good
And
night.
it's a pleasure to be back in the panel with you here again tonight. And we are here to say the current events and the truth and nothing else but the truth. Because, as you said and you mentioned just now, viewers are looking at us all over the world, in Guyana, in the regions, in the diaspora, and we are not going to be saying things that are not true. Indeed, the poverty level is high, that I must say. But I want to start tonight with a very, very sad story, all right, of a lady, and I want to mention her name because she authorized me to mention her name. She is
Yeah.
laying in a hospital bed in Port Morant Hospital. Her name, they call her Angela. I'm not going to say her right name. I know her as Angela and her correct name. But viewers out there, it's a sad story. Allegations are very, very, terrible. This lady got a chop, right? A couple days ago, across her
Several
left
chops.
elbow, across her
Several chops.
wrist, across, her butt cheeks. And this is a female, beautiful lady, always outspoken. She don't go politically. If something is wrong, like in Anchorville, she come out and she speaks out. Her husband was chopped several times on on his left hand too, and he's a working man, and he is left-handed. How can this man go and function and make a living? Right? The wife in the hospital, and this is mostly what happened. It's an ongoing story allegedly by a guy who came there to see his ex, who Angela is doing a favor to keep her there, right? Like a shelter, you know, food and clothing and things like that. And then she suffer all these chops. Innocently, I will say. But the cops are handling the matter. And MP Dinesh, just a couple days ago, before this incident happened, this chopping up, I spoke to Mr. Budnarain, our Division B commander, and I told him the story. And I was right there with Miss Angela in the cross street in Ankabin Pulparan with the lady, and they were all talking. And Mr. Budnarain said he's going to look into the matter. And I know he did. All right. Then also I spoke to the genders affair, Dr. Sharma, and she was going to, and she know about this story also because it's an ongoing suffering that this lady is going through with a daughter that is allegedly 13 years old, and there's some other incidents involved. And I'm not going to say much because it's a police matter, and I always applaud the police for doing a good job. And if they don't do a good job, I call them out also, you know. But what I see so far, the police are taking statements according to Angela, and they are going back and forth with her. And just, I think he was arrested, he was put before the court, and he was placed on bail. But let the police and the magistrate do their necessary law enforcement work. All right,
Yeah,
MP
thank
Dinesh.
you. That is indeed a sad state, and I must add to that, Mr. Basdeo. Um, Weeks before this incident, I have been pleading with the authorities to look into this matter, and this matter could have been avoided if the necessary steps were taken by the police. And it is a long case of abuse, domestic violence, and nobody, and I'm saying this without any prejudice or bias, nobody who was in authority and who are in authority and who is in authority um, perform their duties as they were supposed to do. The domestic violence issue, the child abuse issue, the police failure to apprehend issue. All these were systems, all these are systems that are there in society, established by government and government agencies to ensure that the people are in safe space. And to all these entities, officials functioning in these entities, if all of us who are government workers perform our duties, then we would avoid situation like these. I do not want to throw blame directly on one entity, but you know who you are, and the people out there are saying, Mr. Basdeo, that police wait when people get chopped, then something happened. What happens to service and protection? Not reaction. We must never be reaction. Service and protection. And what we saw happening there was only reaction. So apparently, when something happened, then people come and try to find out and say what happened. Let us try to put preventative measures and protect our citizens. Um, why the citizens come to the agency? Because they cannot help themselves. Why do people go to the police? Because they need justice. They need protection. Why do people go to the hospital? Because they don't afford to buy the medication. So they go for the service. So when people are in need, they come to the agency, government and non-governmental, for assistance. It is our duty to ensure that we look after and ensure that they are taken care of. So, Mr. Basdeo, we want to put our attention now for the next couple of minutes on cost of living. We know that aloo went missing, garlic went missing, in oil going up. Um, Cost of living generally, fish, bora is 800 a bundle. You know, we eat more veggie food, so bora is like gold right now. Aloo gan, you understand? So the thing is, what is really happening in Guyana that needs to be addressed so that our people can go to the supermarket, go to the market, go to the shops and pick up groceries. But what we see happening here is that when we go there, we have the money, but the product commodities are not there. It's like we are operating in Venezuela. We get so much money and nothing here in the market. What is your take on the cost of living, sir?
Oh, MP Dinesh, it's terrible. And I'll back that up by saying that, today, this afternoon, because this midday, uh, a family informed me of their shortcomings and they need XYZ. And I went to the supermarket, the Chinese supermarket, and I got a few things to them. I'm not going to mention how much it costs. I went and delivered it about 6 o'clock this afternoon to their house, you know, just to find out that what they told me there, indeed, they don't have any, right? And then they need other stuff. No onion in their house, no garlic, you know. They're not going to be mad for saying it because if they're watching, from somebody because they're very low. And I know they're not going to have a TV situation or internet and things like that. And then even to another lady, she wanted just rice. But I don't want to say these things. This is all humanitarian work. But to see how these people are suffering in the
Exactly.
streets, in the main roads, don't worry about scheme alone that people are suffering or in the back streets. All over it's happening. And let me don't blame prior administration. Let's talk about this administration that is there for 18 months. Right? Come on. We are a rich nation. We got a lot of oil and gas. We start shipping out oil already. You want to do every other thing, but not letting our people survive, eating a 3 square meal. They're not even doing 1.5 square meal a day. These are all things we got to look for. We got to look out for our brothers and sisters. Be our brothers and sister keepers. If you see something, say something. Don't wait until this lady get chopped up and then you go say, me no wonder she go get chopped up. Talk to the
Exactly.
police, talk to the authorities, and let me nip it in the butt. This afternoon, MP Dinesh, when I went to the Port Rwanda Hospital, right? I went there like about, let's average about 4:10. People were there since this morning. Two ladies. The nurse said, yes, they were here, but they went out and they come back and things like that. But still, whole day, you know. And then some children, over 15 children over there. I got videos with it. I got videos standing in front of the doctor's office, and as soon as the door opened, two of them go in. And about the lengthy time that these children vomiting, high fever, and they have to stand out of that door. Get some other system in place. Let the nurses come and interact with the doctors. Keep
Exactly.
people on
Exactly.
some medication. There is no medication when they have to wait their turn 2 hours, 3 hours to go see a doctor. And these are innocent children. School children were there. Baby
In
holding on
uniform.
to their
In
arms.
uniform. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
in
that they were in
uniform.
uniform. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
I got pictures. I have
I
pictures.
want to, Mr. Basdev, I want to make a statement here. I know that people from the RDC and so are looking at our program, Central Ministry and so. Um,
Excuse me.
as a politician, there are certain things that we do not make news. There are many things that we can fix in the region, preventing it from making news. But because we fail to administrate effectively, people suffer in the process. That situation at Port Brown Hospitals, you as the administrator, you as the regional health officer, and I'm saying now, Dr. Sharma, you need to put system in place that as soon as a school child comes to the hospital or any medical institution, priority is given to that school child. As soon as a person in a wheelchair or physically disabled, priority should be given. As soon as a pensioner comes there, priority should be given. As soon as a pregnant mother comes there, priority should be given. We operating in some places like Masade still operating Guyana. We get children sitting down there for 3, 4, 5 hours. We get old people sitting down there. They got to urinate, they got to defecate. Some of them are hypertension and suffering from diabetes. They got to use the washroom. We need to get proper system in place. You understand? And then when people talk, they say, oh, we talking so much. But
Yeah,
how can you run a system? How can you run a system and you get one person there who is a doctor who can speak proper English, looking after people who don't know if they talk proper English, only Creole they know. You understand me, Kainan?
yeah,
So
yeah.
communication, communication is a problem. I'm saying that These institutions receive hefty budgets from the government of the day. I sit in parliament and see Ministry of Health budget is one big chunk. And to have that watered down, I don't want to use terminology that Donald Trump used. You know, that watered down service that you're giving to people. These are people who have contributed taxes that many of the doctors working at the hospitals and many hospitals. And you make the people come there now and wait for 3, 4, 5 hours. They come there because they do not have the money to go to Punai and Chris and buy the tablet. That is why they go to the hospital. And the poor people, you need to come out and speak these things. You got to tell the people going on. You can't sit down and zip it up and say, ah, man, it's the party, run the government, so many got talk nothing. You got to come out and tell them that you don't have the money to buy the Biko and the Valium and the sugar tablet and the pressure tablet at Punai and Chris and all the other pharmacy. You don't get the money, that's why you go to the hospital to get a free one that you contributed to. Taxpayer
Right.
money. You know, and to the people running these institutions, I am calling Dr. Sharma. Dr. Sharma, I know that you are a very hardworking individual, but these things happening are unacceptable. It is happening under your watch, ma'am. Please, let tomorrow the changes happen. Service to the people is
Yes.
very, very important. Service to the people. So, Mr. Basdev, you jumped the gun. I wanted to bring health a little bit later, but thank you for putting it there. It is very sad. It is very sad that in Berbice we have the Amsterdam, Port Moran, Blackbush, and Skelland hospitals. We have a lot of people coming in from Suriname as well. We have some outside people in the region, all receiving medical facilities. The officials are aware of this. You have to put systems in place to service all the people. You cannot say that, okay, 1, 2, 3 not working. You are the administrator, you are the planner, you are the manager. Ensure that these things happen. It is my duty and it is Mr. Derek Basdale's duty to expose all these things. We are opposition, and
Yes.
the people are counting on us to throw these things in the media. A lot of things we're protecting and we're keeping back because we don't want to bust some people back. So I am saying that we need to do what we must do so that the poor people of this region, the poor people of this country will receive the necessary service. I am saying again, the people come to us because they cannot go and buy it at the shop. This is their right. This is not a concession you're giving them. Health is not a favor you're doing there. This is a democratic God given right to the people of this country for you, the government, to provide free,
Mm.
proper, to date medical services for the people. So, those of you who are listening and those of you who will be taking the message, take it straight. We are saying you got to step up with the health. If we got 4 health facilities not functioning, we got make number 5 at 76, 77 area there. State of the art, big money, one of the best in the country. You know what happened to it? If you got 4 now with oil producing money, big budget we got, and this 4 can provide the service to the people, you're gonna make number 5. Who gonna maintain it? The same set of people? So let us think and be rational. Let us be
Mhm.
rational. Let us put systems in place so that the 4 that we have will service the people. And then we can say, okay, we need to expand and we need to do more. But the 4 are not doing what they should do. And then mm, we want to see anything. So, Mr. Basdeo, we want to touch a few minutes on the favorite topic in Berbice, Guy Suku Estate.
Yes.
I was made aware that Gaisuku dropped big in terms of their targets. And the union and a lot of workers and a lot of people calling for certain individual to be removed. When that individual
Oh, it's
took the
public
position,
knowledge.
When that individual took the position, we informed the government that no, 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 don't do that. But the government didn't listen. Today, it backfired. It backfired to show the Guyanese population that sugar needs diversification. The management of sugar is very, very, very weak. And if we cannot manage, we will continue to bail this corporation, this entity, with taxpayer money month after month after month, and we will not see the money in return. Um, what are your comments on the Rosal and Skellen situation? That we take it, we can talk about one at a time so that viewers will understand what really is happening.
You know, well, I drove by Kanji Estate, right, quite a few times. Deplorable condition. They hire over 600 workers. Why they hire them? Look for how long they hire them. What are the production level? What are they doing in there? Good. It's best they give the people the money, right? And let us stay home or do something. Go get a hire car or something like what the prior administration did. Give them money. Some of them went and buy hire cars. Some of them went into business, small businesses, and they survive up to now, right? This administration give this a lot of set of money again, right? And hire some people at the Kanji estate. But MP Dinesh, what are they
Never.
doing in there? There is no cane cutting. There is no cane coming to the pond slip or the bull joint. The hoist
No
is not
grinding.
working. No grinding, no nothing. But if you see the condition of the waterways in the canal right by the roadside, driving towards the estate, passing the estate, going over that bridge, half a pond down in the water, a full pond in the water, barely a gunwale showing, you know, deplorable condition. And I got friends, right, working that estate now. They get rehired. All right. They say they're not doing nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Is all the metal and all everything is in deplorable conditions. They're complaining about it. So they're getting free money. Actually, what were they gonna do? They're gonna accept what they gotta get because rather than getting none, all right? But
Exactly.
give the people some good work to do. Look at Kanji, that white elephant still sitting there. Nothing going on. They're just pouring money into sugar. And there is no production. They didn't reach their target. It's public knowledge. You was talking about that individual who is the CEO. Gau is asking for his removal. And Gau is representing the sugar workers. Nasi represent the management. And if Gau workers, who are the king cutters and the representative, are seeing this going on in their state, then something is definitely wrong. Most likely, definitely wrong. You know, there's nobody got to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. You know, MP, this sugar is going nowhere. It's going nowhere. Now they want to implement other stuff into the industry, hemp, which is good, but do your feasibility studies and then get into it. You know, don't go jump from what the old people say, from the frying pan into the fire, right?
Correct.
This individual, he was working for Thunderbolt Sugar flour, and now he's the CEO of Gaisuko. You don't know nothing about Gaisuko, right? You know, long ago they used to rotate the management in the estate. I think that they should go back to that. Don't let a manager sit there, a field manager or whoever it is, sit for too long in one estate. Rotate them. You know, you
Exactly.
get better management level. You know, we gotta support things in these estates. We have to, because a chain in command affects them. Because if they make a certain amount of money, they're gonna shop, they're gonna pay their revenue, and things can move on into the industry. Our king cutters and their family could be happy. You know, it's a skill. It's not an ordinary job to go and separate the sweet from the soil. You know, as we say, king cutting. But MP, we got to collectively support the GAU workers. And I have a lot of friends who are GAU representatives. You know,
We
I
can do
have a
that.
lot of friends who represent the sugar workers. On a daily basis, they represent them. And they're honest guys. I could call their names. But, just because of the profession and the management until you can't say their names.
Discrimination, discrimination. You can't call a name. You might get
Yeah.
problems. Yeah. So as you rightly said, it comes back that a lot of people are bitter right now with what is happening in the management of Gaisuku. A lot of sugar workers coming to us to say, what we doing when things will have come back on board, when Rosal, what happened to the promises? And we want to say to the people, in politics, politicians take people for granted. Um,
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Now I am given the opportunity to serve as a member of parliament, and I am saying to you, the Guyanese people, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, you need to hold politicians responsible for the state that you are in. I am saying that for too long you have been taking some senior politicians for granted. They come election after election and fool you, tell you a whole set of crap, and you buy into it. You vote for them, and after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, nothing happens. This is to say to you, they have been fooling you year after year after year. And because of race and the indoctrination, you tend to hold on and vote. But this nonsense must stop. You must vote for people who have policies to look after you and your children and grandchildren. You must vote for people who will do things for you, who will not come and say, here again, Nan, take a 20,000 and we shut you up. Or take 100,000 and we shut you up. You eat the 100,000 1 month and it's done. But if I help you with a job, if I give you education, if I provide better roads and facilities for you, then you can improve your lifestyle. But if I give you a hamper or I give you a handout and you walk it up and it's done, you remain in that state. Collect whatever you have to collect. Whatever the government of the day is giving to you, it is your money coming back to you. Non-free money. All this money coming to you are your money. The government is just facilitating it to you. It is there. It belongs to all of us. So I'm saying to you, you need to step up as citizens of this country. And when the politicians come to the village and when they come to meet with you, ask them strong questions. When will this happen? When will the road fix? When will we have better water pressure? When we will have better quality of water? When our children will have these facilities and that facilities at school? When we will have free internet? You have to ask questions. And when you do not ask questions, they say to themselves that we get them under control. They're able to think, then ask questions, then attack, so we control them. Brothers and sisters in Guyana, you need to speak up now for your right. A lot of people who you hold in esteemed position and you honor them and respect them do not live up to that. I am saying to you, you need to question certain individuals. When they come around, question them, ask them, what happened to the guys who promise? And you know what they will say to you? I heard one politician come to Boat Miranda. Here he said, since 2011, we didn't get to do nothing much because AFC had a scissors and they cutting the budget. And for the 5 years that Abdu went, we didn't do nothing. And now, the 2 years that we come here now is 2 years of COVID. I want to know which country or which world this politician come from. You understand? You know what he's doing here, brothers and sisters? He's fooling you. He's soaking into your psyche. And here what happened. You can go home and think, hey, the man talking true story. Up to them in a cut the budget for truth. And up to them must do nothing for 5 years. And look, COVID come now. Well, let me tell you guys, these people. But every year we had money being spent in all the sectors. So I am saying to you, do not fall for the swar. Read, ask questions, listen to proper speeches and proper presentation, listen to proper news. Do not gobble and grabble to any nonsense. You must be man and woman enough to ask the proper question. And in doing so, you will be able to enjoy the benefits of this country. I want to talk a little bit now about Alden, Mr. Masdale. Mr. Baz, Albion. There are some situation there in Albion Front and Chesney. I don't know if the operator will show the two pictures, but Albion and Chesney, Albion Front and Chesney, two very important streets, are in a terrible, terrible, deplorable state. One picture showed children walking to school and a car coming, and the children had to actually walk into the water to allow the car to pass. Oil producing nation. We are receiving money from that oil that we have never had before. And our children walking in slush going to school. The politician children don't walk in slush. The ministers and the member of parliament, their children don't walk in slush. But the people who vote for them, their children walking in slush day after day. You gotta know who you're voting for next time. You gotta be very, very careful as to what you're doing next time. Do you want to remain in that state? Where is our money going? We need to be a bit more sensible. We need to be a bit more sensible, brothers and sisters. And we need to hold people accountable for the position that we entrust on them. So if you vote for this man gonna fix the place right. If not, next time, don't vote for him. And all the excuse that he bring to you, don't buy it. I am saying, Mr. Basdev made mention earlier that, in terms of blaming and so, all the governments in the past have made mistakes. But this government now, you are the government of the day. You need to rectify it. So if PPP did something before 2015 and APNU did something before 2020, PPP in government now, you have the whole history about who did what. You got to look after the people. You. And stop blaming 2015 and 2011 and 2005. Stop blaming those. You're just wasting your time because the people know what is happening. Don't come with your flowery language to say, after to do nothing, and 2011 we had budget cut, and no. You are the government now. You need to look after the streets. You need to look after the roads so that our children can be able to get to school. Pensioners, old people, working class, everybody can be able to enjoy the proper facilities that the persons you elect enjoy. And I'm saying this to you that none of the individuals who you elect live in any slum and live in any rundown villages. You check on them, find out where they live, and then you're gonna know. You vote for them. And when they collect the result, they're done with you. So the people in Blackbush, a brother sent some pictures to me. I will share that on my Facebook page. Our children in this current situation, this time, taking off their footwear, taking off their socks, pulling up their pants and their uniform, and they're walking in the mud to go home. They're walking in the mud from home to the public road, wash their feet there, put on their socks and shoes and boots, and get to school. This is happening in the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, 2022, oil producing nation. 2 years already in government. August 2020, August 2021, and next month will be August 2022. And our children who vote for you, walking in slush, in mud, some are far along to reach to school, get up and wash out the uniform and go to school with wet clothes because they can't go back home. And then you would have come to say to the people, um, 2011 we had problem, and 2015 nothing happened, and you got to fix it now. You got to fix it now. And that is what we need to ensure, that all our brothers and sisters need to come on board. I am saying to all of you, wherever village, whichever village you are living in, you have a cell phone there. Whatever is the situation, take out a picture and send it to me. Add me on Facebook and you can find my number. Get on to me, send me the WhatsApp, send me the pictures, send me the videos, so that I will upload it so the people of the world will see what is happening in Guyana. So when you have something in Blackbush, send the picture to me. As a member of parliament, it is my duty to represent you. I might not be there in Blackbush when it is happening, but you are there, you send it to me. I will not give the information as to who sent it. I will protect your identity, but we want the thing to get out there so that the people will understand that on to this date, up to now, they are suffering and nobody paying attention to them. To the people in Albion, Chesney, this afternoon a brother sent some pictures to me. I will upload it on my Facebook page. Those of you who are Facebook friends with me, you can view it and share it too, so that everybody will see what really is happening in region number 6. The people in Amsterdam flooded out, Raymond Serving area, calling on the relevant authority, the regions and the region and the municipality, township of Amsterdam, get on board, get the excavator and start to do some work. People suffering. For too long, we have been taking things for granted. It is now that the people are much more knowledgeable and much more brave. And because of the advent of social media, a lot of our brothers and sisters are very much equipped now to post stuff on Facebook, social media, Twitter, WhatsApp, and so forth. Continue to do that so that everyone all over the world will be able to see what really is happening in Guyana. This is not a time to protect PPP and APNO and AFC. Whoever mess up, you got to do what you got to do. Expose them. And we see a lot of things happening in the news these days. I am calling on all the brothers and sisters in Guyana, Caribbean. You view all the news outlets. Things happening. Guyana making news around the world. So you view and you be the judge. All the things that you have been hearing, more coming out now. Some will confirm it, and some will say, no, it's lie. Please, you be the judge. You look at it. And all the stories that you have been hearing for months and years, things coming out. Things coming out. So, brothers and sisters, wherever you are, I see that I lost Mr. Basdeo. Probably some technical difficulties. But I am saying to you, wherever you are, do not lose hope. Do not lose hope. 23 years of PPP were there. APNU came 2015 and won the election. 2 years, almost 2 years, we will be there. Something will happen next election. Do not lose faith. We know that the people are suffering, and once you suffer, once you are punished, you go vote. You will come out and vote. We know that. And we want you to vote sensibly the next time around. Vote sensibly next time around. Do not vote because your father voted here, your grandfather voted here. Vote for your betterment. Vote for your survival. Vote for your benefits so that you can be able to enjoy what belongs to you. So to all the parents who have children with any form of disability, hear me out now. Once your child have a eye problem, ear problem, speech problem, something wrong with the hand or the feet or foot, you go to Port Brand Hospital and register the child for the 100,000 public, the 100,000 payoff, one-off payment. Once the child is under 18 years, you go there and get the payoff. If the child is above 18, you get on to WIM or New Amsterdam or Skellen, the probation officer, and your child will be registered for lifelong disability. If your child is in school and the child hands not working properly, speech problem, dyslexic, dyscalculia, meaning you not read, you not do your work or whatever, there are a lot of situations that we have. Let your child or children go to the Portland Hospital, walk with them on paper, walk with your ID card, and go and register them for get the 100,000. Any one of you who have received public assistance in the past and you feel that you were cheated and somebody take away your book, go back and reapply. There are some people in Firish. I went there. That's Firish, Hartong over. Physical disability. One lady, she mental basically. She not functioning properly mentally, and her book was taken away. I will bring that up in Parliament tomorrow, and I'm saying that the people who deserve the benefits must receive it. We had a time when before 2015, somebody from Port Morant, disabled person, book was taken away. Poor child can't do nothing, can't work, she handicapped, and the take away she book. PPP did that, and we had to make representation for her to get back her book, right? So I'm saying to all of you, once your child having some difficulty and disability, get on board and register the child. People who get stroke and all them sickness and so, once you get children to look you after, or you get children and so, you go and apply. Public assistance is for everyone who qualify for it. You can get a big property doing the public assistance. And if you know a man or woman get big property and a rich son get public assistance, report them. They're wrong. You can't be a rich man and get public assistance. That's nonsense. Public assistance for those who are in need, who cannot provide for themselves. Get me? So don't go talk, say, I say that anybody can get it. You got to qualify. You got to do the assessment. The officers will come and do the assessment. And you can't be a businessman and get public assistance. So if you know that wrong people or people who are supposed to get, you got to set it up. Let me know. So we expose them as well. And so that's it. So the parents who have children who are not in school, get them in school. Education is important. And the most important thing is you got to be in school to get it 30,000 cash grant. So if you are not in school, then get to the school and get a letter and go to the Department of Education and get your child in school. Education is the most important thing that you can give to your child. Don't lapse. So young people who have your CXC and other certificates and you don't have a job, the government is giving a part-time job, 40,000 a month, 2 days a week, 10 days a month job. You get to the NDC, get a farm and fill it up. Take a 10 days work, getting $40,000. Grab hold of the opportunity. Those who qualify from the same 10 days work, you can become permanent later on. So, and based on your performance, you can get a job. So much information we are bringing to you. There are a lot of money circulating in this country, but not all going to the correct avenue and the correct people receiving it. You get me? Some people receiving who wouldn't deserve. So you guys need to grab hold of the opportunity that is coming your way, collect it, take it, and ensure that you utilize it for proper purposes. So everybody, thank you for having me back, and do enjoy, and